The last aspect of the gut biome that I want to explain to you is the cognitive and emotional aspect of the condition of the gut biome. This is something that the science is really researching more and more and more about that effect and that connection. And I want to take it for us for a more practical aspect. But we start with quite astonishing detail. There is a parasite called Toxoplasma gondi, which is a parasite that when it enters the body of the mouse doesn't afraid from the cats anymore. And in that sense, it's much more easier for the cat to eat the mouse. What I want to say about that we have to understand that there is a huge influence on parasites, for example, on our behavior that maybe we're not even aware of that. So this is just another example of that aspect. Another aspect is that most of the hormones, like for the serotonin or the dopamine or the cortisol, is being manufactured in our gut. It means that if we have a poor gut, it means that there is some kind of inflammation, and the inflammation is really reducing the manufacturing of those kind of hormones. Another aspect, for example, which is very, very interesting, that the same process that is protecting the immune system in our gut, the same principle is happening in our brain for protecting important blood vessels in the brain. So if you have a leaky gut, it means that you have a leaky brain. It means that if you have inflammation in your gut, it means that you have inflammation in your brain. And another word for inflammation in the brain is depression. Of course, increase of anxiety, and of course, brain fog, lack of focus, or whatever you would like to name it. Another aspect is that stress is affecting the colonies of the gut biome. It really changes that. And in that sense, it's creating more and more inflammation. And the reason for that is when you're overstressed, it means that there are huge usage and manufacturing of cortisol, which is an hormone that is related to stress. And it means that because of that, there is a huge change in the gut biome because there's some kind of a state, there's some kind of how to say a situation that need to create more gut biome for creating more and more cortisol. So it means that that situation of a poor gut biome is related to our cognitive behavior and our emotional state. And this is something that I'm sure that most of you want to change. And I personally started to notice that when I started to treat my Crohn's in a different way, I had different behavioral patterns, and I even started to think about things differently. And also, of course, I understood that I had depression for a very, very long time. That suddenly I understand that it was because of some kind of a physical condition and not because the way that I saw the world. And I think this is a very, very good news.